Hello and welcome to another roll call video. Today we are going to discuss the First Amendment to the U.S. Constitution and how it applies to contacts with our citizens in the community. As many of you know, there are citizens and citizen groups that are conducting First Amendment audits and are testing officers of our department to determine whether or not the officers will violate their First Amendment rights. One way in particular that these groups are conducting audits is to stand in front of government buildings taking photographs or recording video of the building, the surrounding area, and activity occurring at the building. So let's discuss law enforcement officers' legal authority if contact is made with someone who is exercising their First Amendment rights. First, it should be noted that federal court decisions have generally held under the First Amendment that individuals have a right to photograph or record public buildings and officials visible from public places. So when contact is made with people who are photographing or video recording officers or public buildings, it should be treated as a First Amendment issue. In other words, they have protection under the First Amendment of the U.S. Constitution. Furthermore, there are some actions that are considered impermissible by individuals engaged in protected free speech activity. They may not actively obstruct the path of people using a public sidewalk. They may not actively interfere with the business of another by use of excessive noise, by blocking entrances to buildings or dwellings, or obstructing motor vehicles or pedestrian traffic. They may not target or focus picketing or other activity toward a particular household or dwelling in a residential area. If the elements of a criminal offense, such as trespass or harassment, are committed by a person engaged in such activity, enforcement action may be taken by the police officer. Individuals may not commit crimes under state statute or city ordinances while asserting what they consider to be protected free speech rights. Having said all of that, however, CSPD policy states that all department members will allow the recording of their activity while on duty. The only exception to this policy is when the person recording is interfering with a peace officer in the performance of his or her duties. Additionally, department members shall not seize or obtain a recording or a recording device without consent, without a search warrant or subpoena, or without a lawful exception to the warrant requirement. Taking photographs or recording from a public place in and of itself does not constitute suspicious activity. So, police officers cannot arrest individuals engaging in protected free speech activity on public property without probable cause or based solely on the complaint of other citizens.